Some of you know I'm a drama researcher. I research how much time and energy people put into drama in the workplace, okay? But what some of you don't know is that I started out life as a therapist, a counselor. I worked with individuals and families and adolescents, helping them to live happier and more successful lives. That's what everyone is looking for. Every single client who came into therapy, I would say, what's your goal? And it was some form of, I used to be happy and I want that again, or I'd like to be happier, or I'd like to be more successful, not just in a capitalistic way, but perhaps a more successful parent or a more successful partner or a more successful dog owner, right? So my background as a therapist found me doing two things all day long, whether I was doing therapy or leadership or life. And that was reminding myself how my mind works and reminding myself how the world works, so that I'd quit getting played by my ego and I would quit arguing with reality. Both of those things are futile. So if you want to really be able to walk through and disconnect, you have to stop believing not only everything you think, but you have to stop trusting the data your ego gives you, because it's corrupt. Your ego just isn't your amigo. What is ego? It's that part of the brain, right, that paints you as a victim, that sees you at the mercy of your circumstances. It sees the data that is corrupted. That ego is not your amigo. And if you don't understand how your mind works, you will get played by your ego often. So part of peace and happiness in life and at work is really understanding that not only is your ego not your amigo, but you need to understand how your mind works so that you quit getting played by your ego. See, most people make this really bad mistake. It is that they think they're the thinker. Now it's going to get deep for a minute. Keep your minds open. That thinking going on in your brain, most of it isn't you. That's what I said. You're not the thinker. You're the person observing the thinking. That's who you are. We get these so confused. You are not the thinking. Now, there's intentional thinking. I'm doing calculus. I'm thinking. I'm brainstorming, I'm thinking. It fires a whole different part of your brain, but for most of your life, what goes through your thoughts didn't come from you. You're not the thinker, you're the observer of your thinking. Now, step back. If you don't believe me, when you wake up tomorrow, I want for you to notice. Waking up, do you commence the thinking, or were you already being thought? When you attempt to sit quietly and meditate and you stop thinking, can you? Can you stop the thinking? You could if you were the thinker, but no, you're being thought. There's two broad types of thinking. One that you're generating, which is always about a better future. The things that are thinking you, that are pinging your brain, causing stress, are not you. That's the work of the ego. There's the reality and the narrating of reality, the color commentator. And I am simply asking you to entertain the thought that you have more at your disposal, possibilities, potential than you think. So you've got to understand how the mind works, how the ego works, so that you quit getting so confused. How do you know you're confused? You're suffering, you're in stress. I promise you. Now let's just look at it simply. Okay,